JMJC Radio,
news,
sports,
wrestling,
and much more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of JMJC Radio. Now, this episode is almost a year in the making. I've had this stuff for it, but I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do it. But before I start, I'll explain the stuff quickly. In August of last year, I asked people over on my Instagram to if they wanted to help me with a video. Those that replied, I asked them to choose two numbers between 1 and 32. And those numbers I used to pick the left wingers, centers, right wingers, left defensemen, right defensemen, and goalies for basically their dream NHL team. So, before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to the 6 people that helped me make this episode, which includes Ryder Johnston, Jay Grace, Cory Holmes, Carter Burns, Zackary Jordan, his girlfriend, and his friend that helped me make this video. I keep calling it a video, I keep forgetting I'm recording an episode on my podcast right now. So, the numbers that were chosen were 8, 14, 2, and 26 for the left wingers, which was Kale Yarncrook from the Toronto Maple Leafs, or I should say each number represented a team. So whatever team I say is the team the number represented. So the for the left wingers, the 8 was the Toronto Maple Leafs, so I chose Kale Yarncrook. The 14 was the Philadelphia Flyers, so I took Owen Tippett. The 2 was the Buffalo Sabres, so I took Zach Benson. And the 26 was the Calgary Flames, so I took Connor Zary. For centers, the numbers were 4, which was the Florida Panthers, so I took Sam Bennett. The 30, which is the Seattle Kraken, so I took Logan Morrison. The 6, which was the Ottawa Senators, so I took Tim Stützle. And the 7, which is the Tampa Bay Lightning, so I took Nicholas Paul. For right wingers, the 5, which represents the Montreal Canadiens, I took Kirby Dach. The 11, which was the New Jersey Devils, I took Jesper Bratt. The 29, the San Jose Sharks, I took Giovanni Smith. And the 17, which at the time was the Arizona Coyotes, I took Dylan Guntier. For left defenseman, the 27, which is the Edmonton Oilers, I took Brett Kulak. The 10, the Columbus Blue Jackets, which was Zachary Werninski. The 20, which was the Dallas Stars, I took Dylan Suter. And the 24, which was the Winnipeg Jets, I took Joshua Morrissey. For the 4 right defensemen, I took the number 23 from St. Louis, I took Matthew Kessel. The 15 from Pittsburgh, I took Xavier Ouellet. The 19 from Colorado, I took Cale Makar. And the 13 from New York Rangers, I took Adam Fox. And for the 3 goalies, the 21 from Minnesota, I took Logan Thompson. The 31 from Vancouver, I took Ty Voigt. And the 32 from the Vegas Golden Knights, I took Philip Gustafsson. Now, you may be wondering why I chose certain players over other players. I used an app on my computer called Cap Friendly. You guys can use it to look up any sort of information on there about hockey, about the NHL, I should say. And it shows you in their armchair GM thing, it gives you the budget, and I tried to stay within the cap space for the season at the time. So that's why certain players were chosen over different players. So on line 1, I would have Owen Tippett from Philly, Tim Stützle from Ottawa, and Jesper Bratt from New Jersey. Line 2 would be Kale Yarncrook from Toronto, Sam Bennett from Florida, and Kirby Dach from Montreal. Line 3 would be Zach Benson from Buffalo, Nicholas Paul from Tampa, and Dylan Guntier from Arizona. And on line 4 would be Connor Zeri from Calgary, Logan Morrison from Seattle, and Giovanni Smith from San Jose. Defensive pairing 1 would be Josh Morrissey from Winnipeg and Cale Makar from Colorado. Pair 2 would be Zach Winerski from Columbus and Adam Fox from the Rangers. And pair 3 would be Ryan Suter from Dallas and Matthew Kessel from St. Louis. And the starting goalie would be Logan Thompson from Vegas, and the backup goalie would be Philip Gustafsson from Minnesota. And the 3 sketches would be left defenseman Brett Kulak from Edmonton, right defenseman Xavier Ouellet from Pittsburgh, and goalie Ty Young from Vancouver. Well, there you guys have it. This has been my Chosen by Instagram episode. Again, shout out to Ryder Johnston, Jay Grace, Cory Holmes, Carter Burns, Zackary Jordan, his girlfriend, and his friend. I don't know who his friend is, and I don't know his girlfriend's name, but shout out to those 6 people for helping me make this episode possible. This has been JMJC Radio. I am your host, Jeremy Chaput, and as my 2 sayings always go, always shoot your shot before it's too late, and always tell your loved ones you love them, because you never know how much time you have left with them. Thank you guys for listening, and I will talk to you next time.